So today I'm testing out quite a few products that we actually unboxed on a previous video. I'll put that link at the top of the screen if you want to see that video where I unboxed all this. In that video I also purchased 3 different types of resin, so we're going to give those a try. And we're also going to give this a try, which is the epoxy release spray. So we're going to get all these resins lined up so we can do a comparison and see which one actually works best. First off, I think I better put some gloves on. So we've got 3 different types of resin. There are 3. I also attached the spray to this release spray bottle, and I want to test a few things out. I want to test obviously each of these out, but I also want to test if this release spray is any good, if it works, if it's worth using, all that type of stuff. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to try each of these resins in this small one, so because there's 3 already in there, just see how that works and which one works best. I'm also going to use the release spray in that. I'm going to do a couple of little tiny ones, again each of the ones but with the release spray. And then I'm thinking on one of these bigger ones of doing one with the release spray and one without the release spray. Then you get an idea of whether this release spray is any good, get a chance to see if any of these UV resins are any good, and I can do that throughout other resins that I do get in the future. I can test them out in a very similar way. Right, so here we go, first time we're trying. So it says with this to spray it and then leave it to completely dry. So I'm going to spray it, leave it to completely dry. And I'm going to do the same with these ones. So I think if we do a spray in this one, a spray in this one, and we'll spray this one, and we'll do that one. So that's got to completely dry, so I've got a spray in there, a spray in there, and a spray in there. And then with this one, I'm just going to spray the full thing because I'm not sure what I'm actually going to be putting it. I think we're probably going to do a few different ones, so I'm just going to spray the full thing and leave them to dry. Right, I'll let them dry and I'll come back. Right, that took a good at least 15 minutes to dry, and what I did when I figured out it just wasn't drying after about 5 minutes is just tapped on the desk to get any excess off there and then left it to dry for a bit longer. You can still see a couple of little spots that are not completely dry, but I think we're alright to go ahead with that. So let's do these 3 first because I'm nervous about trying something new. And we're going to do, no, let's just open one bottle at a time. Okay, so let's start with this one. This one was recommended to me by a friend on YouTube, so we'll try this one first. I'm going to fill it most of the way. I'm just going to tap it first and move it around. And with it being clear, I can't see when it's going to actually get to the top. Nearly there. Maybe a little blob more. And now I've got a bubble. Apparently they're not a good thing to have. And you're supposed to use a lighter, but I'm going to use that. And this one we have silicone in this one and no silicone in that one. I don't really want to use all this because I've only got these little pots. So this is the one without the silicone release spray. Quite gloopy this, I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be. So there's a couple of bubbles. I just want to make sure it's going right around the edges and now it's actually all the way up. I'm just going to leave that to pop any bubbles. I don't have a lighter in the house, which is a silly thing not to have. So I can't pop these bubbles with heat. I don't think I have. I might have a look in a minute and find out. Right, so that was that one. Now we're going to try this one, UV resin hard type, and we have silicone in this one and no silicone in that one. But first off, I'm going to pour it in here. We could do with remembering which one is which, so I need to make sure I pour it in the same way it's on the desk, so we don't forget which one's which. Don't think you're supposed to get it on them little bits that have the hole in, but we've got the drill where we can go in with it and take that back out, that hole, if necessary. I just want to make sure I actually get round the back of it. If you do resin yourself on a YouTube channel, then please give me some hints and tips if I'm doing anything wrong. Right, this one is a black resin. So I'm going to first off put it on here. I have give these all a good shake. Black. This one's much easier to see. And we have silicone in this one and none in this one. Just going to let that one settle for a minute. Probably taking longer than I need to with this. I'm just very cautious when I start new things. I promise this will get better over time. I remember starting quilling not so long ago, and I'm doing quite alright with that now. Not quite, mastered it, but I'm a lot further on than I was. This is using a lot more than I wanted to use. It looks like it's leaving like divots, like it's not quite levelling out in this mould. Right, apparently we need to give them a minute to any bubbles to come up from some videos that I've watched, so I'll be back with you in a minute. Right, so apparently I do have a lighter. I forgot that I light candles. Anyway, there's a couple of bubbles that I've formed. I've left it. It's been a couple of minutes and some bubbles have come to the top, and I'm a bit nervous about this, but apparently if you wave a flame over them, these bubbles pop. So now it's not going to work. There we go. Hey, it worked. It's like people who don't do it just for no reason. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Or if I'm doing it for too long. Or if you're supposed to actually touch it with it. Right, I think it's about time we put these under the light. Let's have a look. Rather than move this around too much, I'm going to put this over the top. If it fits over the full thing, then that's amazing. We will have a look. How long do you have to do it for? 2 to 4 minutes. So on this particular thing, you got a 2, a 3 and a 5. So this is 2 to 4 minutes, so I'm going to go for 3. And we'll see how we go from there. Back with you in a minute. 3, 2, 1, and we're done. Now, I don't know how you're supposed to test this, because I've never done it before, but that to me doesn't look fully cured. I don't know. Feels a little bit more like jelly in a way. I think I might just put it on for that other minute. I might be wrong, but I need to stop it after 60 seconds. Back again in a moment. Okay, so that's coming up to 60 seconds. Let's turn that off. Nope, started it, that's the one. Right, so that should be fully cured. What I'm going to do is just move this to one side, and I'm going to put these underneath, and I'm just going to do that for the 3 minutes because these are a lot smaller. Also, we have a look at these. I don't know if you're supposed to take them out straight away or not. I don't know. I don't know if you're supposed to leave them. They feel quite warm still. I'm going to leave them to one side just to give them a little bit of time to cool down. I want to have a play with some glitter. So what I'm thinking of doing is putting a little this, because these are really small anyway, a little bit of this in, then the glitter, and then a little bit more on the top. And I'm going to do it in these square ones because these seem to be the bigger ones. Oh, I've used the black. Oh well, don't matter. Suppose it had to be used at some point. I'm just wondering what to actually scoop this out with. I could do with some tiny little spoons. Maybe not that. Yes, this one I'm going to do it like that and then put the resin on the top. The next one I'm going to swirl it together and see if we can get a bit of a different effect. So that's that one. We'll do exactly the same on this one, but I'm going to put the glitter in and actually mix it. And just shaking like mad. And then we'll go and do a clear one. So this is the pinky coloured one that I'm doing. Well, pink as in like the label's pink. And we'll do this in the heart one. That was a decent bubble, wasn't it? So this one I'm going to put a layer, same as the other one. And then some on the top. And the other one I'm going to mix the same as the other one I did. We won't need as much glitter this time because it's a little bit smaller. But I do want to make sure, especially on the layered one, that it's all the way across and into the little corners. That's not all the way across. I thought we won't need this much, but looks like we do. So that's that one. And the same with this one, but we're going to mix this one. Now I don't know if there's a certain ratio that you're supposed to do between these or not. I don't know. I'm playing. I'm having a play. And then I want to try the last one with a different coloured glitter. And for this one we're going to go with blue. So exactly the same again. What's the next size? Let's do this circle, I think. Is probably the next size up. Let's get that blue opened. Ah, that went everywhere, didn't it? Everywhere but where it was supposed to go. Jeez, this one feels a lot lighter. That one's going on as a layer, and the other one, yeah, this is definitely a lighter glitter, as in like weight. As soon as I'm picking it up and moving it, it's dropping everywhere. Luckily it's not gone into any of the other projects yet. Not that it matters because we're just having a play about at the minute. So with this one I want to mix it in. And if we can knock some of that glitter in there. It's very, very lightweight, this one. Very fine is what I was trying to figure the word out. And then we'll put the layer on the top. Oh, we've got a bit of a gap on that one. We'll see if that makes a difference in a bit. And we'll give this another little mix. One of my daughter's favourite bands. It was when she was a little bit younger. So that one seems to have settled in a bit of a weird shape, but that's why we're playing with it and seeing if we can get these to do things that we want them to do. Right, let's get this one under the lamp. I'm just going to put that there and we're going to go for 3 minutes. So the light is nearly finished, but I thought we might as well just make a start on taking these out. I've cleaned up the desk a little bit and we can move that over to one side once it's finished for it to dry off. Let's demould these. So we've got that one and that one was with the silicone gel spray, and that one, and that one, and that one was without the silicone spray. So let's have a look which one's easiest to do. Well, that one didn't have the silicone spray, and that one has come out, she says, just getting it off that a little bit. There you go. It's not cured all the way through. Oh, that's not good. Can I put that back in and sort of put some on the top? That means these are not going to be cured either. I'm just wondering whether these needed to be on the shelf rather than, because it's still actually quite wobbly. I know it's not going to work. Actually, what I'm going to do is flip it over, fill it up with a little bit more resin, where it's sunk. If I can, I'm going to put that back in, but the other way around, and top it up. If these things are central, it should work. If not, then we'll come up with another plan. I'll get it in and then I'll come back to you. So, I've got the second lamp set up to one side, and I'm not going to waste this opportunity. I can't get it back into this one. I think the hole is slightly off. I did try and wiggle it around, but it didn't work. But I thought it'd be a bit of a wasted opportunity if I could put a little bit of glitter in the middle here where it's sort of sunk, and then put another little layer on top of it. So I'm going to do that, but with the blue, because we've not actually done black and blue. And yeah, I might make a pig's ear with this, but that's what being creative is all about. I didn't get it quite in the middle, but I want to leave enough room there to put a little layer of resin on the top. Now, should I put black resin or clear resin on that? Let's see how black resin goes. I think it'll sort of hide it a little bit better with it being the same colour. I'm only going to do it as high as the rest of it. It may mean that I need to just put it on a sanding block and just rub it down so it's flat, but we will see. I'm just wondering whether to mix it a little bit. I think I will. Well, at least I know for when I do any projects that we need this size on the shelf. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be not flat on the surface, which is fine. I can deal with a bit of sanding. It's a learning curve, which is what I'm after. What I'm trying to do is make a definite shape rather than it falling into the shape that it made itself. I'm trying to make it a bit more symmetrical on both sides with the glitter, and then once that's cured I can then sand it down. But it definitely needs to be on the shelf for this thickness, and obviously I've not ruined these ones because we didn't do them. And this fits perfectly on this shelf. And we will have a look at the other ones. I'm going to put that on for 2 minutes. That's 3. There we go. Right, these crystal ones was the first ones that we did, so let's demold these. We did use the spray on this. Let's see if we can get these out. I'm not sure exactly how you're supposed to do it, but these have had that silicone on. I'm just pulling it a little bit, getting some air in there. I'm just hoping that because these are quite deep, that they have actually cured all the way through. Or maybe we might have the same problem as we did with the other one. There's one. The black one. Looks pretty good. I can't see any bubbles. There's a little bit of clean up on the edge there that I need to do. But you know what? For my first attempt, that's actually pretty good. Let's take the other two out. I forgot which way around it was. Let's have a look. Right, so that one was the pink one. And that was the other one. Now these are supposed to be crystal clear, so I want to make sure I get these in the same place. Yep, that's cured all the way through. Crystal clear as it says it is on the bottle. The only thing is, which is my error, not the gel, is that it's got a little divot in there just because I've not filled it all the way to the top. It's sort of sunk in the middle, and I'm pretty sure that can be repaired, or you can just sand the edge down, put a little thing in there, the screw things, I forgot what you call them, and use that as a little pendant or something. There's one other. Let's see how clear this one is in comparison. So that one is the black. That one is this. And this one is this. And let's have a look. There's a couple of bubbles right inside it. Now, a lot of people stress about that, but I actually quite like bubbles inside it. I think it gives it a bit of character, but that's just me. Two tiny bubbles right in the middle. And the top, again, has got that divot. Again, my fault for not filling it up to the top. But yeah, this is pretty good for the first go. Now let's have a look at them together and see if we can see any difference in clearness. This one looks slightly more clear, more brighter. This one's got more of a more dull look. Just make sure that's not because of the lighting. Yeah, so this one's definitely a cleaner, brighter look, which was that one, but it still looks, you know, if you put them next to each other and without staring at them for too long, you won't even notice the difference. It's only when they're side by side you see a slight difference in colour. But this one is definitely the more clearer one, which is this UV Resin Hard. Doesn't look like it's got an actual name. But I'm going to put all these in the description box so you can check out each one. The silicone spray worked beautifully, if it worked at all. I'm yet to try this without the silicone, and yeah, that's pretty good. So with this one we sprayed it all over, and the only difference is on these three we did it a layer of resin, a layer of glitter, and then a layer of resin, and on this one we mixed the glitter in with the resin. So we're going to see how they all look and compare them next to each other. Now let's start on this side and see about getting them out. They come out absolutely no problem at all. I'm going to get them out first and then we'll compare them afterwards. So hopefully you can see the glitter in that one. So that's the one where we'd layered it, and this is the one where we mixed it. Just the saturation of it looks nicer in my opinion, but that one has got quite a cool effect to it. You can sort of see the light through it and all the speckles of glitter in there as well. So that's them two. The hearts. Looking at the hearts, I'm actually thinking I prefer the layered one. Don't know why. It might be because of the silver, but there you go, there's two. Just gives it a different look, I suppose. But both cured really well. They both held the shapes. No bubbles in there at all that I can see. So that's the two hearts. And then the squares on the black one, we have the layered one. And again, I really wish you could see what I see. Might give you a better idea on the back. But I really like them. These could easily be turned into earrings. We just need to make sure that we're not leaving a big gouge at the top, Stacey. These do go in at the top. I don't know if you can pour some more in and cure it afterwards. I will find out when I take this next tray out whether that is possible. So that's basically what I've just done. There you go, we've got all the ones are mixed, then ones are layered. Look quite cute like earrings like that. If you like that kind of look. Right, let's get this tray out and have a look at these ones. Let's see. Yep, you've cured. Obviously I know this one is going to be bumpy, because I had to put it in afterwards. I'm going to have to sand that down, which isn't a problem. There's a little bubble on the top because I forgot to do that flame thing. But that's an interesting look. I think if you had a bit more control over that, would work nice. The back, I can't figure out if that's a bubble or not, if it's just a bit of muck on the back. But we can sand that down and polish it up. Right, let's see how these go on. So the one that we just pulled out didn't have silicone on. This one did have silicone on, and that just pops out straight away. No problem. That one looks perfect. Can't see any bubbles. Oh wait. Maybe a little sign of a bubble on the top, and one little one on the side here, which isn't good because it looks like a chip. Don't know if you can see that. It's like a little chip on the side around here. But we have to remember, this is my first time. We're having a play, we're figuring things out. So them two come out just as easy as each other. This is the one that didn't have silicone. I'm just pushing it gently from the bottom. and that one's come out quite nice. And this one's coming out just as the same as the other one. It's not coming out any easier. So I don't think myself that the silicone made any difference, to be fair. So on this one, I can see a little bubble somewhere. I can sort of see a little bit of a defect here. There it is. It's on the back there. So that one did bubble a little bit. About this one. Apart from a bit of glitter that stuck to it, that one's actually perfect. In fact, that one doesn't even need sanding. That's actually turned out pretty good. That one was the I think it was that one. Top ones. This hasn't got silicone, so in theory this one should be really difficult to get out because it's got this weird shape in the top, and we've already tried all the other ones that come out quite easy on both of them. So if there's any difference between these, then I will look at using the silicone spray in the future, but if not, I think it's just going to be for bigger projects. I don't think it seems to need it for these smaller ones. Yep, that one's come off fine. That one's come off fine. Okay, so this one, we have a bubble there, a bubble there, quite a few bubbles inside, bubble there. So this one's got bubble there, bubble there. This one's got quite a lot of bubbles. Let's see if this one has. And then we know then that that's because of the resin. Yep. Bubble there, bubble there, bubble there, couple of bubbles on the inside of this bit at the top. So that one does have quite a few bubbles. And I need to replay back the video to make sure that which one of these that one is, because obviously this is a clear winner. This one's come out really nice. The only issue I had is this little blemish here, which I don't actually think is a bubble. Or if it is, it's a weird bubble, because it's coming through as white on that side. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. But it looks, apart from that, I mean, that one's spot on perfect. There's nothing wrong with that one at all in any way, shape or form. It's not domed, it's not done anything stupid. So yeah, there's our projects for today. And different things that we've used. The sparkle on these has turned out beautiful. I really like them sparkles. I'll put a link to them in the description so you can check them out if you want to have a look at the glitter that was there. It does actually say on the bottle, wait, where is it? I bought this from the arts and crafts section, but on here it says professional makeup, face and body, so it's for your face and body, but I found it in the arts and crafts section. But it works brilliantly. But if it's going to be for your face and makeup, then obviously this is okay against your skin. So if you want to do some crafts and then sprinkle it all over yourself afterwards, that's up to you. I'll let you have a go with that one another time. We also have these three that we made. Oops. So yeah, we've got a few different projects there. And we've done that out of these resins, I think. So we've got all them resins tested. We've tested the machine, we've tested the moulds, tested some glitter, we've tested the silicone epoxy release spray, which I don't think it's worth even bothering with, especially on these smaller moulds. Yeah, it's not something that I'd be that fussed about. Think next time when we have a play we will look at some mica powder. I want to grow my knowledge on this, so I'm just going to keep playing on these videos until I know what I'm doing, and then hopefully I can incorporate some of these with other crafts that I do and make an art piece out of all the different crafts. But that's in the future. So just giving you an idea of what we've got in store. But for now, there's our project for today done. If you like this and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. Please hit that bell and that will notify you when the next video comes up. Please also give the video a thumbs up, that will really help me, and if you can and willing, share it. Everybody needs to learn something new. New year, new crafts. That's my motto for this year. Right, thanks for watching everybody. Bye!